Okay, we are kind of switching gears now a little bit. We're still talking about parallel and perpendicular lines. So we're talking about the parallel lines, but now we're talking about on a coordinate grid and how those look. And so we're going to be talking about slopes today of lines. So we are on 3.4 notes. Remember, slope is the ratio of the vertical change and the horizontal change. So the rise over the run. Remember, the formula is right here. It's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we read lines like you read a book, from left to right. So from left to right, this guy is going down, so that would have a negative slope. From left to right, this guy is going up, so that would have a positive slope. From left to right, this is just staying flat. So if I walk across the ground, there's typically no slope, so that would be 0. Okay, that is the slope of 0. This line is a vertical line. So I think of this as, okay, going straight up and down the wall. I can't walk straight up and down the wall, so that would be undefined. I can't do it. So that is an undefined slope. Okay? Slopes of parallel lines. In a coordinate plane, two non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slopes. So parallel lines, remember, here's one line, here's another line. We know that they're parallel if they have the symbol on them, or if we find their slope and they have the same exact slope. So they're both positive 6, or they're both negative 1/4. However, slopes of perpendicular lines are a little bit different. They are opposites and reciprocals. Now, when I talk about opposites, I mean one is positive and one is negative. Okay? Reciprocal means to flip the fraction. So if one line had a slope of 1/4, the perpendicular line would have a slope, so that's positive, so the other one would have to be negative, because one's positive and one's negative. Flip the fraction, 4 over 1. Typically, we see 4 over 1 as just 4, right? So it would be negative 4. So same thing, if I had a slope of negative 6, the opposite of a negative is a positive. The reciprocal of 6, which is really 6 over 1, would be 1/6. If a line had a slope of 3/4, opposite would be negative, and it'd be 4 over 3. All right, find the slope of the line that passes through these 2 points. So here's my line. Easiest way to do this, if it's already on a coordinate grid, you could use this formula. You could write down its coordinate points and use the formula. So this point is at 1, 0. This point is at 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3. I could take my y's and I could subtract them over my x's, subtract, and I get 3 over 1. Okay? Or since it's on a coordinate grid, I can just count. I always start at my lowest point, go to my upper point. So I'm going to start at B and I go up 1, 2, 3 boxes. So that's a positive 3. And then I get run 1 to the right, it's positive. Up is positive, down is negative. To the right is positive, backwards or to the left is negative. So since I went up and to the right, both numbers are positive, so that has a slope of 3 or 3 over 1 or just 3, which is the same as what we got here, right? A to B, so this line. So again, I personally start at my lower number, or my lower point, and I rise. In this case, I rose 2. And then I have to go backwards, so this will be negative. I go back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So back 5. Typically, and in Schoology, you'll want to put the negative with the top number. So this is a negative 2/5 slope. Last one, A to B. I rise 0, and I run 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, put that into your calculator. Do 0 divided by 4, and what you will get is you will get a 0 slope, which is what we should get on a horizontal line. Now, let's say that this was a vertical line. It would look different because it would actually be 4 over 0. If I do 4 divided by 0 on my calculator, what you'll notice is it'll give you a syntax error. You can't divide by 0. That's why it's undefined. Okay? So this one has a slope of 0. Next page. Find the slope of both lines, and are the lines perpendicular, parallel, or neither? So, A to B has a slope equal to rise 1, 2, 3, and a run 2. So 3 over 2. C to D has a slope of rise 1, 2, 3, a run of 2, so 3 over 2. So they are parallel. So I'd write AB parallel to CD. Number 5, AB 1, 2, 3 over 1, 2, 3. 3 over 3 reduces. You always want to reduce your slope also to 1. So AB has a slope of 1. CD has a slope of up 1, 2. And I run 1, 2, 3. So 3. So they are neither. They're not opposite reciprocals, and they're not exactly the same to be parallel. Next one, AB. So B is my lower point, so I rise 1, 2, 3, 4. And I run 1, 2, which reduces to 2, or 2 over 1, right? CD, I rise 1, and then I go backwards 2, so it's a negative 2. So remember, we normally put our negative sign with the top number. So looking at these, one's positive, one's negative, and then 2 is the reciprocal of 1/2 because it'd really be 2 over 1. So these are perpendicular. And then the last one, AB is up 1, 2, 3 over 1. So AB is equal to 3 over 1, or just 3, is what you would put into Schoology. CD is up 1 and backwards 1, 2, 3. So negative 1/3. Again, opposite reciprocal, so they are perpendicular. Symbol for perpendicular, it would be AB is perpendicular to CD. This is the perpendicular symbol. Okay, tell the lines through the given points are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. You're going to do the same thing, just put it into the formula. So y minus y over x minus x. So line 1, I would do 3 minus 2 over 2 minus negative 1. 2 negatives make a positive. So that gives me 1 over 3. Line 2, I would do 1 minus 0 over 3 minus 0. That gives me 1 over 3. Same, so 1 is parallel to 2. Go ahead and pause me and do the next two completely on your own, 9 and 10, and then unpause me when you're done. Line 1 here should have been 3 minus 1 over 1 minus 0. That gives me 2 over 1. Line 2 will be 2 minus negative 1, so 2 negatives make a positive, over 5 minus 4. That's 3 over 1. So they are neither. I lost the pen too. Okay. Oh well. Next one. I would do, line 1 is negative 2 minus 0 over negative 3 minus negative 5. 2 negatives make a positive. So that gives me negative 2 over 2, which is a negative 1. Line 2 is 4 minus 2 over 0 minus negative 2. 2 negatives make a positive again. So that gives me 2 over 2, which equals 1. Now, 1 is positive, 1 is negative. What is the reciprocal of 1? It's just 1 over 1. So these are actually perpendicular. Okay, so your quiz is on Wednesday. It'll be open at 8 a.m. You'll be able to take it anytime during the day. You'll have 60 minutes. You need to make sure that you finish it that day. Okay. This concept will not be on your quiz. Okay. So that will not be on your quiz at all. We are going to go on in these notes on Thursday of next week, and then we will do more in your packet. If you want to work ahead, you are more than welcome to do any of this next sheet if you can do it. If not, we're going to go over those concepts later. All right, thanks, guys.